What is up, you gorgeous, fabulous creatures, and welcome to the final episode of 2024, the Losing It podcast. You're here with Kylie Pax, Australia's emotional eating coach, where we talk all things emotional eating, binge eating, weight loss, and how to get a whole buttload of the weight loss without any of that other crap that we do not want. And I'm so excited to be here with you today, considering it is the final week of the year, which means, of course, we are also equally excited about the fantabulous opportunities that are coming in just a few sleeps time when we feel like we get to flick the switch, we get to, what do you call it? Like put over a fresh page, flip the page? I don't know. We get to turn the page. We get to start a new chapter in our gorgeous, fabulous, sparkly lives. And I, for one, am so fucking ready for this brand new year to come and land on my doorstep. I cannot tell you, 2024 has been an absolute shit show. But I mean, not really. I'm very happy with everything. But personally, there's been a lot of challenges. There's been a lot of grief. We lost another family member this year. I've had my own issues going on, health challenges. And then I was not very happy with my progress this year as far as my personal weight and body goals went. I really feel like just due to everything that was going on around me, I dropped the ball. And even as I say that to you, my inner voice is going, don't fucking lie, Kylie. Like, you didn't drop the ball because of everything that was going on around you. You dropped the ball because you chose to drop the fucking ball. And that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. So I know you're very excited to start this brand new year. You've probably already made your wish lists and your plans and your fucking Excel spreadsheets for what you're going to do in this coming new year and how you're going to achieve it. But when it comes to emotional eating, binge eating, overeating, undereating, it's a very delicate situation because you can have all the good intentions in the world, and I want you to. But if we don't have the attitude to match, and it pretty much has to be a never say die attitude, take no prisoners, I'm all in and there's no turning back. If you don't have that attitude, you're not going to make it. And I don't mean to rain on your parade, but honey, I'm 50, I don't even... It's tragic when you can't even remember. It's not like I'm pausing because I don't want to tell you. I literally can't. I think I'm 53. Believe me, after 50, you literally stop counting because it's not good. And I don't want to see a 6 in front of my actual number, like my number age. I said my number age because on the inside, I feel like I'm still 16. I talk like a 16-year-old. I'm probably a little bit of a brat most of the time, but that's a whole different issue. You have to get savvy with how we're going to achieve those goals in the coming year. And that is what this podcast is all about. You know, if you've been watching, if you've been listening to a few episodes or watching any of them on YouTube, you will know that this is not your average feel-good podcast. Like, feel your feelings. It's okay. Sit and be warm and fuzzy. Fuck that shit. I want you to plow through your feelings like a fucking bulldozer because your feelings will have you wrapped in cotton wool and feeding yourself chocolate fucking Twinkies and Tim Tams for the rest of your life if you let them have their way. I am more about the tough love and the kick up the booty to say to you, stop fucking around, stop feeling sorry for yourself. We're dropping the pity parties and let's just get the fuck on with it. There are so many people in this world that have 10x bigger problems, like XXL bigger problems than, you know, carrying an extra 10, 20, 30, 40 or 50 kilos. Like they would be fucking overjoyed if that was their biggest problem in life. And for us to be letting us hold that back one more day is completely fucking unacceptable. Like so far beyond unacceptable, it's absolutely embarrassing for all of us. So I am at that point now where I am ready to go all in for this new year. And that means all in means that when it gets uncomfortable, I don't stop. I keep moving forward. When my emotions get all up in my grill, when I'm sad, mad, fucking even glad, I still don't stop. That is not an excuse for me to put my plans, my goals, my dreams, my aspirations on hold for one more day and say, it's all right, it's okay, it'll be there tomorrow. I'll just get back on the wagon tomorrow. No, I'm not. I won't be on the fucking wagon tomorrow because I'm not going to allow myself to get off to start with. So this is a very important thing for us to take forward as we do roll into this new year. And I want you to have the celebrations and the happiness and all the things, but also understand the attitude that you take into this new year is the same attitude that you're going to close this year off with. Think about it like this. Your attitude is essentially your thoughts, your self-belief, your courage. It's all of that turned inside out. You wear it on the outside and that becomes your attitude. So if you don't truly think that you can do it, you'll have a self-defeatist attitude. If you really don't think you deserve it, you will have a back down attitude. Like as in, I'll do it for a little bit, but then I'll back down when it gets hard. If you have thoughts like, I don't deserve it, this is not for me, I'll never succeed, it's too hard, your attitude will match. And that's not to say you're going to give it you won't give it a red hot go. You'll give it a real red hot go. Come January, you'll give it the same hard ass go as the rest of the planet. But by the middle of Jan or Feb at the latest, you will have stopped, just like you did last year, the year before, and the year before that. And here's what I'm going to share with you to make this time different. Honey, your past experiences may have made you the way that you are with your eating, with the emotional eating, binge eating, overeating, with food, with your shitty self-belief, with, your self-deprecating attitude. Your past has made you that way, but it is not an excuse to stay there. Not one more minute, not one more day, not one more second. Are you allowed to stay in that self-imposed prison? If you're listening to this podcast, we are all grown-ass adults, and that means you now get to choose what stays and what goes. I like to look at it like this. You are carrying around, if you are holding on to any woe is me attitude, you are carrying around really heavy ass suitcases filled with lead or cement. They don't even have precious valuables inside. I mean, if I was going to carry a heavy fucking luggage, I would make sure, first of all, it was a piece of Chanel or Louis Vuitton, and I would fill it with some beautiful jewelry or something sparkly and worth carrying around the heavy weight of that for. I wouldn't lug around some heavy ass cement. What is the point? It's not doing me any good. You have to have a rock solid plan, especially as emotional eaters. We need to move into this first chapter of the new year with a plan. And I mean more than one of those cutesy ass journals that we are seeing popping up all over Insta and Facebook at the moment that's like, plan your new year, manifest your dreams. It's great. I'm all about it. I love them. I have an incredible, nobody can beat the journal that I've got created inside of the new Bombshell Blueprint that's coming in January. It has got every last tool that I have used over 20 years of coaching. I mean, the gems in there will transform your life within the first 24 hours. But as good as it is, it's still going to take a level of commitment from you. And that means your attitude needs to be that when the going gets tough, I will not cave. So that would look like, in terms of planning, it would look like if X happens, then I'm going to do Y. And in real time, it would look like me waking up in the morning and realizing, okay, if I wake up and I feel like absolute shit because I didn't get enough sleep, or I stayed up too late the night before, or I binged the night before, or I wake up and I get on the bathroom scale and I see a number that's gone fucking up instead of down and now I want to kill myself. Okay, not literally people, but we do feel very, very bad. If these things happen, then my response will be what? You need to plan that shit now. Don't take that. Don't fly by the seat of your pants. Oh, well, if I wake up tired, I guess I'll just sleep in. Bah, wrong answer. Bumpo. If you wake up and you get on the bathroom scale and I see a number that I don't like, then I'm just going to, I'm sure I'll be able to tough it out. No, you won't. No, you fucking won't. If you haven't decided what your attitude will be up front, you will always, XXL, always default back to factory settings. And what are your factory settings right now? Are you set for a vivacious attitude and a really positive life and a really fucking rock solid mindset? No, you're not. Right now, you are still at your default settings because you might have done a little bit of self-work this year, but if you're still struggling with your weight, you're still working through the progress and through the program. And you're making progress, but you're still a work in progress, shall we say that. You have to have your plan in place. So one of the simplest plans that you can make It doesn't take like a whole flow chart that you need to create. I'm talking about the simplest little things. If I get up and even after 5 days at the gym, I see a number on the scale that I don't like, my response will be what? So mine is going to be, because I already know. I know the way my body responds. I know what happens when I work out and I think and I feel like I should be seeing results. I'm putting in hard work. I know I'm doing all the right things. Like fucking green tick emojis are popping up in my head left and right, but I'm not seeing the results yet. That's how my body works. It takes a long time, as in sometimes 2 months before I will start seeing results. Part of that is probably due to my age. Part of that is probably due to menopause. But I can sit around and sort of make excuses all day long. Well, it's this and it's menopause and it's that. But at the end of the day, I'm the one who fucking decides. Do I keep going or do I sit in my excuses and wallow and eat Cheetos? No, I will not. I'm the one that's going to keep going, because the one who keeps going is the one who sees results. So when I do get up and I feel like I've done everything right and I get on the bathroom scale and see a shit ass number, my response is going to be, oh, well, I'm 1 day closer. I'm 1 day closer. I already know it's going to take me a couple of months before I start seeing some movement and some results. That's 1 day closer. Watch me go. I'm back out again, closing my rings, doing my steps, getting the gym done, like whatever it is that you want to do. I'm adopting some new practices this year. I have been putting off lifting heavy. Well, no, I'm not even going to be lifting heavy, but I'm going to be lifting resistance weights. I've been putting that off for probably 2 full years. I say I'm going to do it, and I do a little bit. I do, but I don't actually commit all the way. It's all changing in 2025. And do you know why? Let me just give you the final key before I let you go. You have to, because this won't work without it. You have to get so sick of your own bullshit that you want change more than you want to stay in your little squishy comfort zone where you are. Without being sick of your own self and your own pitiful ass excuses, you will always revert back there because it's comfortable. It's not that you're comfortable in an overweight body. Don't misunderstand me. You're not comfortable in the overweight body. You're not comfortable being an emotional eater. You're not comfortable binging and purging, but your mind is comfortable in that space because it's familiar. And that is all your habit brain cares about, is familiarity. It doesn't care if the choices that you're making are good or bad or right or wrong. It only cares if it's familiar. And it will push you towards familiarity every time, no matter what. Doesn't matter what your smart brain or your prefrontal cortex part of your brain, like the human brain where you really live, it doesn't care what that part wants. It doesn't care. Couldn't give a shit. All it cares about is that you keep doing the most familiar thing that you've always done for the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So if you want to change it, it's going to take a new focus, a new attitude, and developing new habits. So as always, if you haven't yet got my free weight loss course, it's going to set you up with the exact 5 new habits that I use to lose 20 kilos. You need to skip on over KyliePax.com/free course. Link is in the show notes, my darlings, or just come in and join us inside of F the Scale. This is where everything is happening. We step you through the entire process. You've got me there in real time guiding you with Q&A, weekly calls. The videos, instructions are all there, plus bonus courses out the wazoo. And most importantly, the planner and journal that you need to see success in 2025. I am sending you tremendous amounts of love, my darlings. As always, please do remember the only person who has the power to change your life is you, especially in this coming new year. When you step up and realize that your attitude is not a fluctuating, momentary feeling that you have no control of, but it is actually coming from your thoughts. And it is indeed your thoughts turned inside out and you wearing them like a coat on the outside. When you realize that and understand that you have the power to control all of it, that is when the binge eating goes, the overeating goes, the emotional eating goes, because you've got what it takes. I'm sending you tremendous amounts of love. I will see you again in the new year. Until then, gorgeous ones, bye for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to shimmy your butt over to KyliePax.com and join me inside of F the Scale so that you can stop emotional eating and start losing your weight now. You'll also find helpful notes and resources inside my past podcasts that will help you lose the weight without the BS. I'll see you next week.